Hello again everyone and welcome back to Skyblock News. I'm your host Derailious and today we're going to be going over a few changes on the Alpha network that are important for the next update coming to Hypixel Skyblock. Before we begin, I just want to say please make sure to like and subscribe down below as we're very close to 78,000 and eventually 80,000, and use code RAIL in the Hypixel store for 5% off your order. Your support is so appreciated. Thank you very much. Without any further ado though, let's get started. Alright, so many of the changes here today are in fact on the forum, so it's another round of patch note readings, but I promise I'm going to try to make it a little bit interesting. So the first change that they made is that they fixed some shards with a recipe not granting 2 shards when fused, and this includes a non-K, molten fish, apex dragon, galaxy fish, goldfin, and sunfish, which is going to be pretty good. A lot of these are relatively late game and many of them are super expensive, so this should make them a lot easier overall to craft. A very good change here. Now moving right along, there are also a couple other things I want to go over. Near the bottom, there's one here. They removed the catacomb level requirement to purchase forest essence from the bazaar. Frankly, I think there probably shouldn't be a requirement for the majority of the essence types, but for now, this is fine, I suppose. There are also a few other things that they've done. Notably, on the alpha at first, you were unable to hit glaciate walkers with the hunt axes. That has been fixed. And also, the phantom mobs appearing as shards on tree gift loot tables has also been resolved. So keep that in mind. There's another change here on the alpha that I want to go over, and I don't like it, and I've also been on a bit of a crusade for newer players nowadays, so I just want to talk about it briefly. I really don't like that they buffed the legendary bracket all the way up to 5,000 points required. I don't think 1,500 was that terrible of an option to get legendary. I think 2,500 would probably be better. I could see 3,000, I could see 3,500. 5k feels a little steep, especially considering they added 3 new brackets, although you can't see them right here. I don't understand the logic of really making this so much harder for the early game players to do. I understand if you want to say, Derailious, they're early game players, why should they be hitting legendary? In my view, because this is the first island of Galatea. This is not the end game. This is not the final step of the process. There are going to be 2 other islands in the future as part of this, and they're going to have their own contests, their own rules. If you want to do harder brackets, do it on those islands. I don't understand the logic behind this change at all. It's going to be one of those things that a player is going to see it and they're going to be like, wow, that's really obnoxious. And you can't imagine how annoyed they're going to be when they figure out that it used to be 1,500, which, to be fair, trivially easy. I don't disagree. But I also don't care about it being easy. Like, I don't really care. I don't mind if they bring this back to 2,500 instead of 1,500, whatever. But I really do believe that they should be lowering this. And I don't have any stake in this. I've already done everything there is to do with these contests. You know, I'm hitting 7,500, 10k pretty much every single time. This doesn't affect me, but I do worry about the people who are playing in the future, and that is why I want to bring this up. Overall, I want to make it abundantly clear, I do think this update is way more positive than it is negative, even for things like foraging. I think we got a lot of improvements here that are going to make the game a lot more enjoyable, which is what we always need, right? We need the game to get better over time. I do hope they take a look at the Agatha contests and maybe bring it back down a little bit. 3,500, 2,500, I think both would be infinitely better than what we have now. I would love to hear what you guys think in the comments below. I know I don't usually hop on a soapbox like this, but I do want to do so more often in the future. Recently, there's been a lot of talk about how the game should be structured, how content should be accessed, stuff like that, and I'm trying to contribute to that conversation. Expect a full video on that subject from me in the next few days. I've sort of been radicalized, I guess, by what's been going on in like Destiny 2 and other games to talk about similar in Skyblock, because as I see stuff happening in those games, I don't want Skyblock to befall the same fate, and you'll understand more about what I'm talking about in the near future. Would love to hear what you guys think about this update, the changes here, down below. Feel free to let me know, and look to the future, fellas. I'll see you then.